Are you chasing the property buy-to-let hotspot areas? This video is all about how you can find your own property hotspot when it comes to UK property investment. And I just want to share a screen with you. If this is the first time that you've been into my channel, then my channel is all about property, helping new investors and particularly immigrants to the UK get on the property ladder as early as possible and start building wealth and passive income as early as possible. So I'm going to just share some couple of screens here. Now, if you just have a look at these screens here, right, let me just hide that. Okay, so here we go. Now, this is one of the reports just created just late last year, which mentions that Birmingham is the top hotspot. Just take it to the next screen here. Here it's completely different. You don't even see Birmingham here. You see Manchester at the top here. Go to the next one, and you got Middlesbrough here with the top UK investor hotspots. So basically, my point here is there are lots of different reports that we see in the media, and if you start following these reports, then we're not going anywhere, because every 3, 4, 6 months, a different report comes in, and we can't be just chasing these hotspots. So instead of chasing these media hyped hotspots, I've got a simple 4-step sort of a guide on how you can actually find your own hotspots. So this is all what the video is about. And let me show you a presentation now. Okay, so present. Okay, so find your own property hotspots. Okay, so the first thing, I think, whenever we buy property, we start from buying the property, of course, but as, if you were an investor already on the journey, then you know what BMV or below market value refers to. Now, the key to finding a BMV deal is through motivated sellers. So how to find and how to recognize motivated sellers is a completely, is a vast course on its own. But in one of my book, this is the only book I've got at the moment, but the book on financial freedom for immigrants, as you can find on the website, financialfreedomforimmigrants.com, explains more about how to find motivated sellers and how to buy properties below market value. So that's where you want to start. Okay, so wherever you find property that is below market value, so your chances of finding that hotspot is 1 step closer. The next one is finding a property that has got, or an area that has got a high rental demand. So what has got a high rental demand? Areas where the population is increasing, areas where there is good employment, such as the university and hospitals, will always attract a lot of population. If there's a lot of population going into that area because of those reasons, that means the rental demand there, people wanting to live there, is higher. So you want to find an area where there is high rental demand. Number 4, you must invest for positive cash flow. So when what you mean by positive cash flow, of course, after paying all of your expenses, your mortgages, all your bills and your managing agent fees, and all the maintenance cost, you should be positive cash flow, your rental minus all of those expenses. So sometimes, if you just look at the rental income only, it might, look fancy. It might look a good, handsome amount, but then maybe it carries too many expenses. For example, if he was talking about flats, there's been a lot of issues going on with cladding. I've done a video about cladding as well previously. So if the flat has got a cladding issue and the service charge has got the cladding repair bills on it, then of course the service charge is going to be really high, which means although the rent from that property might be good, but then due to the the maintenance costs, you might not get a positive cash flow. So you got to look at how efficient or cheap is it to maintain the property. Okay, so on top of that, buying below market value also secures a positive cash flow, because if you're buying below market value, that means you're buying at reasonably good price, not paying excessive, which means your mortgage will be less as well. High rental demand means your property is not going to stay empty for too long when one tenant finishes. And of course, like I mentioned, a low maintenance property secures positive cash flow. And finally, invest for long term. A property is a long term game. Normally in the UK, as we hear, property doubles in price every 8 to 10 years. However, that's an average of different types of properties. So it's not guaranteed that the property that you or me own will double or more in every 8 to 10 years. Could be more than that. So that's why, to get the full benefit of your property investment, you must invest long term. So I think for me, long term would be five years plus. Whenever you see a good capital appreciation or good capital growth in your property, you've invested long enough to further make use of the capital growth that you've experienced in that particular property. So just to recap again, so buying below market value, area with high rental demand, investing in a positive cash flow property, and investing for long term is finding your hotspot and not chasing for the media hyped hotspots that keeps on changing every couple of months in property investment. Hopefully that was helpful. Now, if that was helpful, please do like and subscribe, and also you're more than welcome to support me in my ideas through my book, Financial Freedom for Immigrants, which is available in Amazon, and you can purchase that directly from Amazon or through the website Financial Freedom for Immigrants. Thank you once again for watching, and I will come back to you with more information about property, just to let you know that I'm not a mortgage advisor or a tax advisor, and all the information that I've actually put in here is solely from my own experience and my personal opinion. Thank you.